Hi guys, this is CJ, and today we are talking about a dangerous substance in the body called acetaldehyde. It is a carcinogen, and it builds up in our body when we drink alcohol and eat certain foods. How do we rid ourselves of acetaldehyde? Are there natural methods to do this? Are there sustainable methods to do this? And what can you do to protect yourself from acetaldehyde? Hi guys, this is CJ with the Patriot Nation, and today we are talking about a substance called acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde is a carcinogen that builds up in the body when one drinks alcohol. And it also can be built up in the body when one has things such as fruit juices and dried foods, etc. So what is acetaldehyde anyway? Acetaldehyde is a carcinogen that is cancer-causing agent that builds up in your mouth, in your digestive system, can even get circulated throughout your body if you consume it in large enough quantities, wreaking havoc on your cells and their ability to replicate and rebuild themselves. So what happens when that's interfered with? Well, when that's interfered with, cancer cells can develop and can spread in different parts of the body. Namely, acetaldehyde can infect your mouth, that is your throat, and inside your mouth, tongue, lips, etc. And acetaldehyde is something that we also can avoid, which is what I found out recently, and I would like to share that with you guys. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and read a little bit more about acetaldehyde because I was fascinated by this subject. For example, if you drink too much alcohol or to the point of intoxication, you should try to reduce the amount of acetaldehyde in the body. This can be enhanced, believe it or not, or improved by drinking a Sprite drink. That is a drink called Sprite, believe it or not, and taking an acetaldehyde capsule. Acetaldehyde capsule, what is that? Acetaldehyde capsule is a capsule that contains an isolated amino acid called L-cysteine. And L-cysteine is a very interesting isolated amino acid. As you dig deeper into that, you'll find that there was a Finnish study, a study from Finland, that showed that acetaldehyde capsule effectively reduced the amount of acetaldehyde in the stomach, and thus reducing the carcinogenic exposure to acetaldehyde in the stomach and digestive system from drinking too much alcohol or consuming acetaldehyde or building it up as a result of other types of fruit drinks or dried foods. And so this acetaldehyde capsule contains primarily L-cysteine. As you dive deeper into looking at what L-cysteine is, you'll find that L-cysteine is closely related to the other isolated amino acid called NAC. NAC, also referred to as NAC, has been consumed for years. Matter of fact, it has been commercially available to be sold over the counter since 1964. And just recently, the FDA has decided to tighten up the distribution of NAC. And as a matter of fact, since the new administration came in, so believe it or not, it wouldn't surprise me that they would have more restrictions, just like they want to control other parts of our lives. And what happened basically is they had put pressure on companies such as Amazon and GNC to not allow the sale of NAC. And as a result, those companies complied. And I'm sure there are some financial benefits for them complying with the FDA. And so I find this to be quite interesting because we have a product called Immune Boost by X Factor Labs, and you can find it at xfactorsolution.com, and it contains NAC as well as quercetin, turmeric, vitamin D3, zinc, and a few other powerful immune boosting substances. And so we were alarmed because we have our Amazon account set up, and then now we cannot distribute this powerful product because the FDA decided to become control freaks about the whole issue. Now, some people are starting to probably wonder, why would the FDA do this? Well, there are a few theories out there because the FDA did not give clarity as to why they made this recent decision. And so we're going to have to go with the clues and surmise our own potential hypotheses as to why they did this. So one of the things I found was that NAC has been shown to be effective at reducing flu symptoms. That's right. There was a study that showed that those who took NAC had fewer flu-related symptoms than those who did not take NAC in a study. It has also been approved recently in a study to look at COVID. And I thought this was quite interesting. Matter of fact, I can read this directly from naturalproductsinsider.com. It's been approved, for example, to treat liver side effects from an overdose of Tylenol or acetaminophen. So it helps. It's been shown effectively to clear toxins from the liver. And that's another reason why people are using it when they consume alcohol, which actually would not be a bad idea. Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York is sponsoring research to determine if a medication known as NAC can help fight COVID-19. The research is one of several studies registered on clinicaltrials.gov to explore the potential of NAC in treating or preventing a disease that has ravaged people's health and the global economy. That would not surprise me that they would study the effectiveness of NAC on COVID. Particularly, NAC's ability to clear the lungs of mucus is extremely effective and can help be a life-saving remedy if it's been found to be effective. Matter of fact, those who have cystic fibrosis have been given NAC in large quantities as well too. And again, as I read more, NAC has been approved by the FDA to treat liver side effects from an overdose of Tylenol, acetaminophen, and it's also used to loosen the thick mucus in the lungs of people with cystic fibrosis or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, also known as COPD, according to a summary of the study sponsored by the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. So this is quite interesting, and some are wondering if the FDA is doing this because Big Pharma is pressuring them to not allow the health of the individual to be influenced by the individual's habits, such as consuming natural foods, fitness, taking vitamin supplements, and isolated amino acids such as NAC. They would rather for people to purchase drugs and take vaccines to treat something that can be treated on its own. And it's not to say that vaccines aren't important. Don't get me wrong. I think they're very important. I believe in vaccines such as the mumps, polio, etc., tetanus, etc. However, a vaccine that is fairly new becomes suspect naturally by a large segment of the public. And you can see even a number of healthcare workers, for example, in New York, I think there were 70,000 healthcare workers who have either been let go or who have quit because they have not wanted to take a vaccine, that is the COVID-19 vaccine, that they feel has not been tested over time thoroughly enough. So I find this to be quite interesting as an observer of these things going on. So it doesn't hurt in a world where people who have been vaccinated are still testing positive for COVID, in a world where there are a number of other sicknesses, viruses, cancers, bacterial infections, etc. It would make sense to look into extra ways to boost your immune system naturally. And if these methods have been shown to be effective at fighting and beating viruses, and in particularly clearing the lungs of congestion, I would say those would be extra interesting. And that's why I find NAC to be a fascinating substance and a fascinating supplement. And thankfully, we have loaded this supplement and this substance into our product called Immune Boost by X Factor Labs. Check it out, guys. xfactorsolution.com, and I will share with you more about some of the other supplements out there that can help boost your health and reduce your exposure to carcinogens and help you to manage your health and longevity in a much more sustainable manner. Take care, guys. God bless. We'll talk to you next time.